Hello friends, Tanya here with another video, and it is another Christmas themed video. We are going to use one of the components of the Wonderland collection from Spellbinders, and someone requested that I play with some alcohol inks. Well, we're going to do some playing. I have not used alcohol inks much, but we are going to use some of the recommended products. I have some 91% alcohol here because I don't have any of the Ranger blending medium stuff. But I do have a few alcohol inks that I received in several kits. I have a very limited palette. We're going to do some greens here. We have willow, and I've added some alcohol to this Yupo paper that I just bought off of Amazon so I could do this technique for you all because I didn't have any Yupo paper. Now, I am outside on my happy place. It's a picnic table on my upstairs deck, because this needs to be done in a well-ventilated area, especially for us asthmatics who cannot tolerate the harsh chemical of the alcohol, the harsh fumes from that, because it is a major irritant for your lungs. Now, I flooded this paper with a lot of that isopropyl alcohol, and they do recommend that you set 91% or higher to work with this. Now, if you're using the alcohol inks, just the plain inks, the dye inks, then you can use just the alcohol. If you are using the pearl versions, you do need the medium, the blending solution, I think it's called. I don't have any, and I get around that a little bit. Now, I don't like to waste anything, so I took my little blower here. This is actually supposed to be a little airbrush for markers. That's what that other component is. But I don't get rid of my tools from my crafting area because everything, it's all circular. It all comes back. And I have the space to store it, sort of. I really need to do a purge in my craft room. It is so full of so many things. So now we're going to take this alcohol pearl ink. This is Sublime. Again, we're just pulling out of what I have in my stash. I didn't go out and buy these at all. They came in kits. And I figured I would use them someday. Well, someday is here. Now, instead of using that blending solution, since I had played around with this with the plain alcohol ink, I decided to give it a try with the pearl. I'm not trying to make this move or do anything fancy. I'm just spattering it. Now, I kept trying to get more to come out, and if I squeezed, I got big blobs. I did find if I tipped it upright and then back down again, a little tiny bit of the ink would come out the end of the nozzle. So that's what I tried to do. I did try to move that big blob a little bit with my airbrush here. It did not move. Now you can buy a little puffer thing for the alcohol ink. I didn't need to. I had this in my stash, but those are available. So here's what I've got so far. It's looking kind of, I don't know, grungy, fun, not fun. I don't know. What do you think? And I just kept puffing on it. Now this is, I thought you might like to see a little tour of my happy place. Lots of flowers. There's my picnic table. I've got an umbrella above it. It took me years to get this established, but it's some faux Virginia creeper, I think what it's called. I've called it grapevine. It is invasive. You do have to whack it back frequently, but I got it trained to grow the entire railing of my upstairs deck. I love it. All right, so this is the first panel I did. I did go back out and after I played the first time and created one for you. This is the Twinkle Tree from the Wonderland collection. We're going to trim this down to a 3.5-inch piece because this is a 5x7 piece, I think. Yeah, 5x7 piece of Yupo paper that I trimmed in half. We're going to foil this with some polished brass foil on our alcohol ink blended background. Now, this is the Yupo paper that I bought. I think it was $10 for 10 sheets of, what was that? 8x10? No. 10x7. Anyway, I made two 5x7 sheets out of it, I think. And we're going to foil this a second time. 3 times. I foiled it once in the polished brass, and then I'm going to foil it in black on another piece of this ink blended background, this alcohol ink blending background. And then we're going to do it a third time with green foil. Which one do you like the best? Depends on how you want to use it, I suppose, but they all glimmered perfectly on that Yupo paper. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do that. Next, I took out the Essential Arches dies, and I picked the one that would fit on our tree the best. And I really did need to die cut this because when I foiled it a little crooked. Now with Yupo paper, you really do have to use 2 acrylic pads, 2 cutting pads. You can't use the Magic Mat because it just does not cut all the way through. We're also going to use the Perfect Touch Arches dies. Now this coordinates with the Essential Arches, and I just found the arch that fits just a little bit inside that Perfect Touch. Or no, the other way around, just a little bit bigger than the Perfect Touch. We're also going to use the 5x7 Matting Basic Set B largest die, my favorite die, and we're going to use the Country Christmas 3D embossing folder. This creates a beautiful background. It's like a Christmas wallpaper, I swear. I love the depth of that embossing. Now that we have those elements completed, we're going to do some sentiments. We're going to use the sentiments that come in that Better Press with the tree, and I'm going to line them up on the platform, and we're going to use the dies from the Country Christmas Banners and Sentiments set because these work with the plates that I'm going to glimmer from this Better Press system or set. Look at that. I love it. We'll take some polished brass and we're going to foil this on some craft cardstock. It looks beautiful on that craft cardstock. Now we're going to cut both of those sentiments out because we're going to use both of them. Now I could have foiled this again using that same sheet of foil, but I just didn't want to make an oopsie and foil over top of the first one. Plus I didn't need extra right now. These actually fit in my Scout, so we'll run those through. I won't show you taping the second one because it's the same process, but here are both of those sentiments cut out. Next, I'm going to take a piece of plain heavyweight white cardstock, and we're going to use the Better Press with the tree. This is going to be for the inside of the card. I'm going to use some Lisa Horton metallic ink in solid gold. We'll ink up our tree, and this is a water-based ink, so don't try and use this for watercoloring, but it does create a beautiful image in one pass. I love that. Now I did get re-inkers for even those metallic ink pads and re-inked them recently because you use a lot of ink when you're doing Better Pressing. At least I do. And then we'll just glue this after I've die cut it with that 5x7 Matting Basics Set B largest die. It's the same die I used to cut that background for the front. We'll adhere that to the inside of the card. And then we're going to take one of the sentiments. Oh, just recreasing that so it folds nice and flat. We're going to take one of the sentiments that says Twinkle Bright This Christmas, and we'll adhere that inside the card. Just trying to make sure that it's pretty centered and nice and flat. Then we'll take that textured piece, that panel that we're going to use as our background panel, and adhere that to the front of the card. Just trying to center that nicely. It is white on white, so it's less glaring if you're not straight. I've added extra cardstock behind each of these layers, and we'll layer those together, lining those up nicely. I found it's easier to adhere layering elements together before I adhere them to the front of the card. Now I'm going to line this up so that the margin between the left, right, and top are about the same. Add my heavyweight block to get that to adhere nicely. We're going to add some extra cardstock behind that sentiment panel here. I'm just taking some scraps from what I used earlier to do the glimmer foiling and die cutting for these sentiments. It's kind of nice when you can use the same color of cardstock behind an element as you use for the main part. It makes it blend in just a little more. Then we'll adhere that to the front of the card. Just trying to center that below our main image and have roughly even margins on each side, right and left. Kind of centering that on our card front. Next, I wanted just a little bit of extra bling. We've got Spellbinder's Peach Opalescent and Aura Opalescent sequins. I've put them in these little containers, which you can get at Spellbinders also. And I'm adding just a few of these to the front of the card, and I'm laying them over the little baubles on the tree. Now we're going to do the same on the inside of the card. I'm only going to use 3 sequins on the inside of the card. And I do put sequins on the inside of my cards frequently. They are a great embellishment to add a little extra sparkle and shine without interfering with the card's ability to close. And that is my alcohol ink Christmas tree card. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm glad you guys gave me an excuse to pull out those alcohol inks and play with them. And maybe I'll do some more in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that, and check the description box below for a link to all of the products that I used today. Until next time, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.